AI minds, quantum leaps. Cut the noise, dive deep. Truth unlocked. Dr. Mike on the mic. Tech Unfiltered is on the clock. Now it's time for the show.
Across the country, students and parents are having a difficult conversation. Should a college student change majors because artificial intelligence may change the jobs waiting after graduation? The concern is real, but the evidence is less certain than many headlines suggest. Here is the main point. There is no permanently AI-proof major. A better plan is to understand how AI changes the tasks inside a career, and then build the knowledge and judgment needed to use the tools responsibly. A national news outlet published a report today, August 15th, 2026, about students and parents looking for future-proof majors. The article cited a survey of 2,000 American college students by Superhuman, the company formerly known as Grammarly. According to the reported figures, 69% worry that AI will make it harder to find a job. 45% feel optimistic about the job market after graduation. 22% say they have changed their major or concentration because of job market concerns. Those numbers describe reported feelings and decisions. They do not measure how many jobs AI has eliminated. Anxiety still matters because it affects tuition, debt, and academic choices. But this survey should be treated cautiously because I did not find a public methodology page for it during production. The stronger primary evidence comes from the Lumina Foundation and Gallup's 2026 State of Higher Education study. Gallup surveyed 3,801 currently enrolled American students pursuing associate or bachelor's degrees. The opt-in web survey ran during October 2025. 47% said they had given at least a fair amount of thought to changing their major or field because of AI's possible effect on the job market. 16% said they had already made a change. Among bachelor students, 42% reconsidered their major and 13% changed it. Among associate degree students, 56% reconsidered and 19% changed. Men reported changing at a higher rate than women, 21% compared with 12%. Students in technology and vocational programs reported some of the highest levels of reconsideration. There is an important limit. The survey does not show whether students went toward AI-intensive fields or away from them. Gallup notes that movement in technology and vocational programs may go in both directions. This is a snapshot of perceptions and self-reported behavior from an opt-in panel. It does not prove that a particular major is becoming obsolete. The Associated Press reported similar uncertainty in April. Students in business analytics, computer science, data science, marketing, and the arts said they were changing plans or combining technical knowledge with communication and interpersonal skills. The reporting showed widespread concern, but it could not tell any student which major will pay off 4 years from now. No one can make that promise with confidence. The key is to separate three different things: tasks, jobs, and majors. A task is one piece of work, such as drafting a routine memo, producing an initial draft of computer code, summarizing a document, reconciling simple records, or producing a basic analysis. AI can already accelerate many of those tasks. A job is a bundle of tasks plus responsibility, judgment, communication, institutional knowledge, and accountability when something goes wrong. A major is an educational pathway. It is not a guaranteed job description. When an AI system completes a classroom exercise, that does not prove an entire profession has disappeared. It shows that one task may be changing. Consider accounting. A University of California Davis student told the reporter that he added finance to his accounting major after seeing AI perform much of his classwork. That is a reasonable personal concern, but it is not a labor market finding. The same article reported a counterpoint from American University's business school. Accounting firms are still recruiting heavily, and current demand for graduates exceeds supply, while employers expect more from new hires. The lesson is not that accounting is dead. Routine production may become less valuable, while interpretation, financial controls, audit judgment, client communication, domain expertise, and supervision of automated work become more valuable. American University's business school offers one example of adaptation. It says AI is now used throughout undergraduate and graduate coursework. Students apply the tools while studying error detection, ethics, organizational consequences, teamwork, and critical thinking. That is one institution's strategy, not proof of a universal solution. Still, it reflects a useful principle. AI skills should be combined with deep subject knowledge and human responsibility. The search for a safe major is also unstable because technology is only one part of a labor market. Licensing rules, regulation, retirements, population changes, customer preferences, and the cost of changing a workplace all affect demand. A field can contain many tasks that AI can accelerate and still need more workers because total demand is growing. Another field can look technically protected and still offer weak pay or few openings in a particular region. Some work requires a person to examine a patient, repair equipment, enter a secured site, testify to a professional conclusion, or accept legal responsibility. Even there, AI may change documentation, scheduling, research, and decision support. The useful question is not which major will remain untouched. It is which combination of subject knowledge, practical experience, communication, and accountability will continue to solve problems that people are willing to pay to have solved. Here are 7 steps for a student or family. First, examine outcomes rather than headlines. Look at program level completion rates, debt, internship access, licensing pass rates, placement data, and demand in the places where you may live. When a college presents an employment statistic, ask who was counted and how the number was calculated. Second, map the career at the task level. List the daily work done by new employees, then list the work handled by experienced employees. Identify which tasks AI can already accelerate, which require physical presence or a regulated license, and who remains responsible when the tool is wrong. Third, build a durable core. Writing, quantitative reasoning, research, communication, teamwork, ethical judgment, and the ability to explain and defend a conclusion transfer across tools and industries. Fourth, add AI literacy without making it your entire identity. AI literacy is more than writing prompts or paying for a chatbot. It includes testing outputs, protecting confidential data, finding fabricated citations, documenting automation, and knowing when a human expert must decide. You also need enough knowledge of the underlying work to recognize a bad answer. Fifth, build proof of work through internships, labs, apprenticeships, client projects, portfolios, research, and supervised practice. Employers need evidence that you can turn knowledge into accountable results. Sixth, preserve options. A minor, certificate, technical concentration, or carefully chosen electives can add a second area of strength without forcing a fear-driven restart late in college. Seventh, review the plan on a schedule, perhaps every semester or every year. Do not redesign an education whenever a model, demonstration, or executive prediction becomes a headline. There is also a possible entry-level ladder problem. This next point is inference rather than reporting. Routine work has traditionally helped beginners learn a profession. If AI handles more of that work, employers may ask new graduates to review automated output, coordinate projects, present conclusions, and use judgment earlier. Colleges and employers may need to create more deliberate apprenticeships, simulations, and supervised practice so beginners still have a way to develop expertise. The calm conclusion for families is this: a student did not necessarily choose the wrong degree. The older promise that a sensible major would lead to a predictable first job is becoming less dependable. Ask colleges for better evidence. Study how AI changes the actual tasks in a field. Build proof that you can use the tools without surrendering your judgment. There may be no AI-proof major, but there are better and worse ways to prepare for an uncertain decade. And please do not switch majors because of a podcast, even this one. Questions, comments, concerns, bribes. Until next time, take care.